Before I even say yes to someone else's request, I have to pause. I have to begin every day with prayer. I have to begin every prayer with silence. I'm now leaning you towards my miracle morning. I have to begin every single morning with journaling, with devotion, with worship music, with saying yes to my Creator before I say yes to anyone else's requests.
I thought I had to chase who I was meant to be, but the more I grow, the more I see. It's not about a roller race, a prize to claim. It's finding peace in my own name, just me, becoming serene.
Hello, beautiful, and welcome to another episode of Becoming Serene. This episode is a must watch. Let me tell you why. Because if you have been watching, you already know that I am in pursuit of peace on my journey for purpose. And the reason that you want to watch this episode is because it is all about a to-do list versus a peace list. And I'm going to tell you what the difference is. You caught me in the middle of making my list, my to-do list. And to-do lists are basically what the world rewards because we as women want to be productive. Don't you want to be productive? I want to be productive. But at the same time, I want to embrace peace in my productivity. So the world may expect us to always be on and always pursuing and always producing and just ripping and running one thing after another. And I mean, seriously, one thing after another. From the moment we wake up in the morning, it is all about what we have to do. Answering emails, answering the phone, answering notifications on your phone, responding to emails, sending out emails, making breakfast, making lunch, making sure that everyone's clothes are in order, they're folded, they're put away, they're ironed. It is all about pouring out everything and everyone else. But what about you? What about what you need? What about when was the last time you made a peace list? I mean, intentionally sat down and wrote down what it is that you require, that your soul requires. Let me share this scripture with you, Isaiah 26:3. You will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you. Where are you putting your trust? How are you keeping your mind in perfect peace? Are you keeping your mind stayed on God and his purpose for your life? Because if you are not, I can guarantee you that peace seems really, really difficult. It seems afar off. I remember a long time ago when I was much younger, I've always loved quotes. You all should know this about me by now. I'm forever quoting something or somebody, but I read a quote. Not only did I read it, but I purchased it because one day I found it on a license plate, but it read, "No Jesus, N-O, Jesus, no peace, N-O, peace. But K-N-O, Jesus, when you know Jesus, then you'll know peace." Jesus is peace. He is the perfection of peace. Hello, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Becoming Serene. But if you have not subscribed yet, please hit that button right now. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever new episodes drop. And if you are truly, truly enjoying this show, Please share it with someone else who is also embracing peace in their pursuit of purpose, just like we are. So, thank you so much again as we continue our journey together of becoming serene. So, I want you all to know that when you are writing and making your to do list and pouring out to everyone else and making a list of all your errands and making a list of all the to dos, whether no matter the occasion, no matter the event, the first thing we do is make a list of all the things we need to gather, all the things we need to get done. We need to prepare, we need to organize, we need to make a list of people. I'm that girl. Like, as soon as somebody asks me my advice about anything, I'm like, did you make a list about it? Where you want to eat? Did you make a list? Like, did you compare? I'm that girl. But you know what else I am now that girl about? Making sure that I make a list of the things that bring me peace. And this is how that goes. When you think about everything you have to do, your peace list your peace list begins with, before I pour into others, before I build another business, before I solve another problem, before I even say yes to someone else's request, I have to pause. I have to begin every day with prayer. I have to begin every prayer with silence. You know what I'm now? I'm now leaning you towards my miracle morning. I have to begin every single morning with journaling, with devotion, with worship music, with saying yes to my Creator before I say yes to anyone else's requests. Because that is how my mind is kept in perfect peace. Before I say yes to even what it is I desire to do, have I said yes to what He's required of me today? Have you? When was the last time you took a moment for yourself to be still and just take in 3 deep breaths? I promise you, if you stop right now and do that, you will immediately feel relief, because you need that. Your body needs intentional breaths. How much water are you drinking? How much exercise are you getting? How intentional are you with everything that you do for yourself? We could put everybody else in front of ourselves. Yes, if you have a job and you work a 9 to 5 for someone else, in order for you to get paid, you may be giving them 150%. Think about that. You are giving them more than required and going the extra mile. And then there's you, exhausted, feeling burned out at the end of your rope, because that's all you've been doing is giving and pouring and making sure everyone else is okay, and no one's checking in with you. And then, yep, you hit that brick wall and now you're angry. What about me? They're not even thinking about me. I make sure everyone else is eating while I'm out. If I grab something, let me go ahead and grab something for everyone in my household. But when they walk through the door, it's just a bag, probably of nothing, that they had for themselves and didn't think about you. How many times has that happened? Oh, you don't want me to count how many times it's happened in my house. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it because it just happened today. So I'm going to share it. I love my family, but it happens. So my husband and son decided to go out for drinks at their favorite cafe this afternoon, whenever. But my husband comes through the door and said, "Where's my breakfast?" And I kindly responded, "Where's my latte?" He said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even ask you if you wanted anything." I said, "No worries. I didn't fix you breakfast either." So we're even. When are you going to learn to protect your peace? I had nothing to be angry about because when I realized I wasn't getting a drink when he got back, I said, I guess that drink is your breakfast, sir, because clearly you've gotten me twisted. Maybe the old Ruth would have said, you know what do you need? What would you like? But you know what my husband did? He gave me a kiss and said, I'm sorry. I'll remember next time. And there was no harm, no foul. Now, Ruth is not ignorant. I'm aware that he had eaten that morning. He had already eaten, but I offered him breakfast before I had known he was eating. So I'm not a witch. I'm not cruel, but it was an example that happened this morning. And I want you all to know, all of my beautiful, beautiful friends out there, that I understand. And I've been there, but I am learning, and I want you to learn as well. So check out some of the ways that I do embrace and protect my peace.
Downtown. Go ahead, Ariel. You are kidding. Yes.
With the capers.
That's what I'm saying. Jeez. That's all right.
So remember, your to-do list may organize your responsibilities. However, it's your peace list that's going to be protecting your becoming. Because the goal is not just to build a beautiful life externally. The goal is to remain whole while doing it. And that is what Becoming Serene is all about. Remember, you're loved even when you're not productive. Now, if this episode has spoke to you and you have learned absolutely anything, remember to subscribe, like, and share it with a friend, because that is what this entire podcast is all about. It is about building a community of women who are embracing peace on their journey in pursuit of purpose. I love you all so much, and I thank you for joining me once again. And as usual, remember, stay serene.